like make a deal of sorts. That's not the case, because then if Pestilence just wanted this to be done and over with, he would target the people making deals. It would be simple.
Yeah. Norman Stab Pestilence?
No.
Yeah. They're really having it out with each other.
When did that happen?
I don't know. I think sometime recently, because Pestilence showed me his wound. That all his suit and everything was damaged. That either
No,
way.
there's still too many like missing pieces of this puzzle. Like,
Absolutely.
does Norman even wear this ring?
He
I
does.
haven't
Yeah.
seen Norman. I have not seen Norman. I'm
I
not
have.
going to the lighthouse. I don't care. Like, it's just it's not happening. I'm not going to be one of the stupid fucking lemmings who just continuously goes to the lighthouse to just have a good old conversation. No, no. I feel like, and honey, I'm sorry if you take offense to this. I understand why you've gone to the lighthouse, but I feel like, okay, maybe I shouldn't even make an exception for you. I'm sorry. I'm going to be blunt. I feel like every person, regardless of who, even with the best of intentions, every person going to the lighthouse is part of the problem. It is giving attention to, I don't know how to explain it. It's bringing attention, rather, to the lighthouse, which is prompting more people to go, which is prompting more deals, which is prompting more problems. And I'm not going to contribute to it. I'm not going. Will I entertain a conversation with Norman not there? Maybe. If it's my choice, no. No, I never want to see the guy. I never want to speak to the I do not want anything to do with him. Not after what happened in the past. But unfortunately, and I've said this a million times, a lot of these people aren't going to realize what they're doing until it's too late. People don't change unless they hit rock bottom. You can't convince me otherwise. Somebody truly needs to hit rock bottom to make a notable change in their life. And most people are just ultimately going to be, they're mostly going to care for themselves and do stupid things and end up at the fucking lighthouse making deals. I'm sorry. Well, I hate it. I hate it. Every bit of it.
So do I. But the reality is, at this point, it seems like things are happening regardless of what happens at the lighthouse. And
But
if
likely
we,
only because of the amount of people who've already gone.
I agree. But if the people who aren't going to make deals just sit back, then at that point it's just a waiting game until we watch everything burn down around us. Unfortunately, if we had the ability to stop an earthquake, the lighthouse is the epicenter. So we're going to end up there at one point or another. I wish I didn't have to. I wish there was somebody else who could do it. I don't trust anybody. Most people have selfish interests. I don't. And then you've got detectives working this case that are too busy squabbling over stupid shit than to focus on the big picture. Apparently, BCSO was pulled out because Pestilence and the sheriff made a deal.
Huh?
Yeah.
Repeat that? What deal?
Apparently, Sheriff Gray and Pestilence had a conversation to the extent I'm not sure, but I think he asked her or told her to do the same thing that he said to me and to call off her people, and she has. Now everybody in BCSO is, as far as I'm aware, banned from having anything to do with the Lighthouse or Dr. Smith. And I think in return she got 2 cures.
I mean, I think that's the lesser of many evils.
I'd agree. But doesn't help. Doesn't change the finish line. Certainly doesn't help, but
What is the finish line, though?
I mean, you know the stories, right? They torn up and everything burns to the ground. Storms, plagues, death, until there's nothing left.
How do they thrive in that environment? When there's nothing left, there's nothing for them.
I think they care.
I don't know.
Pestilence was just talking to me the other day. He was talking about when there was nothing. So he remembers a time before. Sure, he remember a time afterwards. Listen, I don't want to sit here all day and talk about how everything's going wrong. But it's not going to get us anywhere.
Well, I do have a question.
Okay.
What's Pixie's involvement? Because I spoke to her the other day, and she was talking about how everyone was contacting her, asking about Isaac. Now, obviously, to some degree, it makes sense because they worked alongside each other. But it seemed like it was more than that, in the sense that, listen, I understand working alongside someone, right? I worked alongside Copper, and I haven't been grilled nearly as much, despite the fact that she seemingly had the ring first before it ended up getting to Norman. So what information do they think Pixie would have that other people wouldn't?
I don't know. I haven't heard about Pixie recently, but I think I remember her being connected in some sort back in the day when, we were going through this the first time. But I can't remember to what extent. I think she had connections with Norman and Dr. Smith. Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't know.
But
It seems like she's sort of trying her best to wash her hands clean of, like people ask, and it's I worked with the guy, but that's kind of it.
yeah, I think Snow was probably in the same boat. You know, a lot of people ask him a lot of questions, and he trying to wash his hands of it. I don't know whether that's going too great considering who he told me he spoke to.
What's the game plan?
Exactly how we stop all this, I have no idea. So right now, my goal is to try and put a stop to the faceless. Because if the faceless happens to be war, then maybe we can take them off the table and slow things down. All while in the meantime trying to navigate Norman and Pestilence and how to resolve that situation. Do we try and take the ring from Norman? That sounds like a bad idea. Or do we try and put a stop to Pestilence somehow? Do we work with do you try and find Hope? You can get Hope on board there. All while trying to outrun the chicken man, who seems to be working the Pestilence shit. It's a shit show. It's a shit show. No one's prepared for it. None of us. And there's a part of me that wants to go along the route that we did last time and get everybody together and on the same page. But the city's changed, man. There's too many. Everybody has their own agendas. Nobody can see the big picture anymore. There's no real good people left.
I think it's always been that way. It's just the people who you thought cared back in the day were far less what's the term I'm looking for? I don't know. People just don't care about what other people think about them. And as somebody who sort of lives by like, I don't give a fuck about what other people think about me, like, I mean, there's still the concept of like public perception of you, right? Like, I mean, think Tessa, for example. A year ago, when people started telling me that Tessa was doing some pretty bad things, I sort of shrugged and was like, no, there's no way. Despite knowing that it probably was true, but like, I knew Tessa. I hung out with her every single fucking day so many years ago. And now she's with the clowns, you know? Like there's a level of people don't present themselves with the level of like um people aren't careful, I guess is how I should word it. They just don't care. There's very little consequence to actions. So you don't have to be hush hush about everything. I think is what I'm trying to get at here. But I think those people have always been the same this whole time. I don't think they've actually changed. I think the way they are presenting themselves has changed, but they haven't actually changed. Like they've always been that person.
Yeah,
Is that bad to say?
I don't. I think Snow would like you saying there, but I agree with you.
Yeah, but for Snow, like I don't want to make exceptions, but I think he has always been that same person. It's just there was reason for his anger to be directed elsewhere, where instead of being from within the police department out towards people doing bad things, being shafted by the recruitment process of the police department, And now, honey,
Hungry. Too hungry.
I don't have any food.
So hungry. Yeah.
Let's go get you some food.
I didn't want to stop the conversation. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You do have to tell me these things, though. Listen, if we have to interrupt a conversation, we have to interrupt a conversation. You're speaking to the person who has told you, like, if you do something, it's for a reason, you know? Like, I wouldn't be mad if you went to the fucking lighthouse. The only thing that would make me mad is if you made a deal, but I understand that, like, at the end of the day, it's gonna happen no matter what. Not that you're gonna make a deal, but, like, if your mind's set to it, it's gonna happen. Why would you think I'd be upset if you told me you were hungry?
I don't know. Maybe you thought I was like famine or something, you know?
Are you?
What about if I am? It's why I'm so hungry all the time. I feel like I got worms.
Honey, I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't want to break your heart.
Well,
Okay? I don't know if I could still love you if you were a worm.
what? What do you mean?
I just, you know, that we wouldn't be able to talk. You know,
I
you
could
kinda
talk.
just-
You could like Ouija board me, you know? Just put me on a Ouija board and we could talk.
honey, for you to make a word, it'd take like half an hour.
And that's what it would take for our love to continue.
I don't know.
I can't believe. You know what? Heck, the end of the world. This is a bigger problem.
No, it's
It
not.
is, yeah.
No. Honey, this is a little different than, like, you know, getting injured and you know, being sick. Being a worm's a whole other thing. You know, you're not really you.
Yeah, it would be me, yeah. Me little Richard Wormy dog.
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm gonna ask someone if what I just said was insensitive. I can't
Yeah,
ask you
it
because
will be,
you're
yeah.
biased.
Everyone's gonna say you're insensitive. That's this lady right here. She ran
Oh,
off.
she's gone. Don't worry. We'll ask whoever's at the kebab shop. Jasper, we need food stat.
Right? How many food do you need?
Honey, how many food do you need?
All of it.
He's,
I'll take
he's
the
already
lot.
passed out. Okay, I don't know about that one. I don't know about
I'll
that
take
one.
the lot.
No, Jasper, honey, is 5 meals too much?
I'm gonna eat until I'm as big as a worm.
No. Okay. Jasper, I need to know if I was insensitive telling
What
my
happened to your head?
telling my husband I wouldn't love him if he was a worm.
Put some
No.
shoes on,
it's
please.
not insensitive.
Look at your face.
Can you put
do you
those-
think that's reasonable?
Those ogreish
It is very
trotters
reasonable.
away.
Okay.
Or what?
I'll throw up.
That's not my problem.
Yeah, you're right.
Ma'am, do you think I'm insensitive for telling my husband I wouldn't love him if he was a worm?
Honestly, I don't know how you love him. I don't
Okay.
really like him.
Who loves you?
Well, he's
Miss
not
Haley?
for you
Nobody.
to love.
0 people.
Who loves
So
me?
apparently,
I got a lot of people. I got a lot of people that love me.
Ooh, a lot of people haven't
Jasper,
heard any
I'm
names.
so
I got a
hungry.
lot of enemies.
yeah. How many would you like again? Sorry,
All of them.
I don't think you want all of them.
Three combos,
Three.
honey, is that?
I think I did.
3 combos.
Also, lifespan of the worm
Oh.
is like 4
There you go.
years. So
He's
I don't
turning
know if,
into a
you
worm.
know, even if you would love him, then it won't last too long.
Honey, do I need to help you up so you can eat?
Don't talk to me.
Honey? Honey, you're the reason I have to clean this place up.
Just a curious
Listen,
question. What happened to him?
He's hungry.
No, like why, where did his hair go and why are his eyes like purpley red and why does he have like all these spots on his face?
He's a little under the weather.
A little.
Uh,
Does he have the plague?
No comment. Honey, I'm gonna help you up here,
Oh
okay?
dear Lord.
Here we are. Eat. Honey, you're being dramatic. Honey.
Do you love me now?
Honey.
Do you love me now?
You're not a worm. Of course
You're
I
right.
love you.
You're right. I'm not wormy enough, but
Don't, honey. No. I probably should not say what's on my mind. It's just I've seen so many of those videos. Would you love me if I was a worm? And these dumb bitches like, yes, I would, honey. I'd still no, the fuck you would not.
I'd
All
love
the
you,
lying
honey.
Bitches in the fucking videos.
I'd love you, honey. I'd
Honey,
build you
I
a
do love
fancy
you. You're
mansion
not
out
a
of dirt.
worm.
Oh, if it would have a worm, would it be even recognize? Would it be even able to recognize if you love him or not? Is he capable? Are worms capable of such thing?
I don't know.
Yes, of course I will be.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't-
hello.
I don't know.
Good morning.
Morning. Do you
Oh.
want to see a magic trick?
Would you love
You
me if I
can't-
was a worm trigger?
I don't love you in the first place.
Yeah, but would you? Just answer the question.
How can I still love you if you were a worm if I
Oh
didn't love
my
you in the
God.
first place?
Honey, I love you, and that's the important part. But
Not if I
were
was a worm, though.
Correct, but you're not a worm.
So
So
your
that's
love,
out of the
so your
question.
love has conditions. Is that what you're saying?
No, my love is unconditional.
No,
to
you say it's
Unless
got
you're a
conditions.
worm.
Yeah, unless you're a worm, then I don't love you anymore.
Well, honey, you're not going to turn into a worm.
Hold on. What's the magic trick, Trig?
All right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna keep talking to you guys. Hello, hello. I am talking right now. I'm still talking. Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
That is-
wow.
That's so
Wait, I
mean.
think
Can you guys do that?
yeah, I think I'm good. I'm.
Hello?
I think- Oh, hello.
What?
Yeah,
Is it?
Hold on. Testing.
you good?
Oh,
Well, no, to
No.
be fair, I did something.
no.
Wait, did you do the thing?
Listen, this thing just soaks up all my sound.
Oh wait, no. I mean, I feel like, you know,
Like
I
you're
use
a
my
basic
right
bitch?
hand. Yeah, I use my right hand.
Yeah, yeah. no,
Whoa,
use
I don't
my-
want to know what
use
you
my-
do on a Saturday night, Trig. Jesus.
Oh,
Don't you have a
I use my
girlfriend?
right hand, but I think, instead
you
of
did
like 4 and
something
5,
else.
I'm 13, 14, you know?
Yeah, that's the L way.
Well, it works.
Yeah, but look, I am doing 4 and 5. Look at me. La 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 la.
Yeah, it must be nice. Do you know how many times I've had to fucking repeat charges because I'm sitting there being a dumbass, like, all right, here are your charges, and I realize I'm just mentally saying this shit. I didn't say a fucking word.
Okay, watch this. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello,
hello,
hello, hello.
It's the sweetest
Oh,
thing.
Yeah.
hold on. Hello, hello.
So, if you don't want to have your scuffed way, you know, you gotta think. Have you ever thought about like getting a canary bird?
Not working a mine
Yes,
tree.
I have actually.
Yeah, yeah. If you
I
do
have.
that, you won't need your little workaround.
Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, I
so,
will.
honey, you'd rather have a bird than a worm? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Early
No.
bird gets the worm.
That's
Honey,
interesting.
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. But listen, I am
I'm not content.
going to clean up the mess that you left behind and all the other mess here. Don't worry.
Anyways, I gotta go. I just wanted to spread that because it drove me insane.
Yeah,
Okay.
it drove me insane too.
Thank you,
Trust
Trick. I
me.
appreciate that.
No worries. It
Don't
wasn't
worry, guys.
us.
Listen,
It was
I'm
someone
here to
else.
clean up the mess. I think.
He's still a mess. Look at him. Look at him.
Honey, I would love you no matter what, but you're not a worm, so you don't have to worry about it.
Conditional love. I get it.
No, it's
I'd be even better
unconditional.
as a worm because you could like split me in half and I'd still be alive. So
You kind of
you'd,
look like
you'd
a
have
slug
two
at
of
this
me.
point.
That's rude.
It's Richard
What?
Dog is a worm. What the hell?
He's
Honey,
got the plague. He's contagious, and he's like dragging on the ground, like he's like literally like a slug.
okay, guys, I'm more concerned at... Okay, I'm not more concerned. Honey, I love you, but I see a casing right here. And I can't...
We're so fast that how much fast is your car? Where would a worm go? The sewers. Oh, sorry. My bad. Worm coming through. Oh, the graveyard's a good shout. Let's go there. Oh, the Dune music intensifies it. That's a that's a good shout. Lisan Algi. Are we coughing as a worm right now? Is that what's happening? Yeah. I think we coughed it.
I caught you.
You don't want
Honey,
me. You don't want me. This is my true form.
honey, I don't really know what's going on here. Honey,
What?
just get in the car.
You have to lift my worm body up and put me in the car if you love me.
Honey, you are being very dramatic right now.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
What about that one song? Okay,
What
I'll
song?
Put you in.
Okay.
It says something like, "If you love me, let me go."
What? You want to let me?
Honey, I'm grabbing you. I'm sorry. It was just you didn't look okay. Okay. I'm gonna put you in the car. All right. Stop this immediately. No, I'm putting you in. You stop this immediately. You can't be a worm.
Does this make me a wormy? Like how people dress up as dogs are furry? Shit.
No. No, absolutely not.
Just admit that you'd love me if I was your worm. Wouldn't that be the cutest little worm?
Honey, is now a bad time to tell you that I think babies look like aliens, and I think anybody who looks at a baby and goes, "Oh my god, it's so cute," is lying.
It's a good job we adopted, huh?
Yeah, we skipped that phase.
Yeah.
We said skip. We said Dr. Skip, hold them until they're adults.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, babies are so ugly. They're like little potatoes, you know, the ones that like, you know the ones they sell at the supermarket that are called like wonky veg. Have you heard of that?
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. There's like services that take the not like perfect, like grade A, like
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables and
Yeah, in the UK they sell them as wonky veg, and it's cheaper.
wonky veg.
Yeah, like you have the bendy
Never-
carrots and stuff. Yeah.
Well,
It's all the same. All goes down the same way.
yeah. Yep, unless you're a worm. In which case, things become more complicated. And what could be a wonky veg could instead be your home.
Exactly. So you do know about worms. You've been researching them so you can love me.
I would love you no matter what, because
Apart
it
from
is
if I was a
impossible-
worm.
but you're not a worm.
I thought that was pestilence. You went the wrong way.
I did miss the turn. You're right. But don't worry, because I'm a professional.
Taking pictures with my motor. Okay, thanks, honey.
Oh my god, that reminds me of JJ.
Who?
Remember Jay Jarvis?
Yeah.
When you say motor, it reminds me of when he used to say it. But it was like with
But you'd love him if he
accent
was
was
a
like-
worm.
no, absolutely not. Honey,
Alright.
I'm not into worms, but I am into you.
So that you would be into me if I was a worm. Slither you later, honey. Yeah.
I love you.
I need to read Dune. I've got the book. I need to read it. I've been putting it off for a while now. I need to put my eyes to words and read a book. It's so good. I know. I just need to fucking find the time to read it. Skip? Ain't no way. Alright, it's been 3.5 hours and I need to take a break. I need to run to the loo, I need to get something to eat. So I need to go hide myself away somewhere. What does that say? Fatal incursion. I've never seen that before. Probably been there the whole time, but I've never read it. Alright, let's hide that. Alright, chat. I'll be back in a sec. Give me a few minutes. I am returned. I have crisps or chips for you Americans. What flavor? They are Walker's, Sensations, Mature Cheddar, and Chili Chutney. They're really nice, actually. Peters is around. Go see him. It is a share bag, yep. That is just for me. Roast chickens. Okay, I enjoy like roast chicken crisps and shit, but not too much. Like, you could eat too much of them and it's like, bleh. Steak crisps? I'll give you that. Good packet of flame grilled steak, fucking. What am I thinking of? Not Walker's. McCoy's. McCoy's a banger. Trip to Tesco. I need to figure out this fucking Oracle tweet, man. It's pissing me off. Gotta be something, man, yo. But what? I'm gonna get Chris to help me out. Maybe Chris knows. Chris seems like a smart guy. Chris Peters. What the fuck? What's going on here? What the fuck? They're all locals. Why is there so many? What the fuck? They're everywhere. Yeah, STTW does it. New update? Maybe. The chicken man is in Dark's head. You might be right. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Dark.
How are you?
We I just got off the phone with Remy, so you've
My
already been brought up
husband
to speed.
wouldn't love me if I was warm.
What the fuck?
Right? Isn't that fucked up?
If I had his number, I would call and accost him right now. That is
It's
insane.
okay. You don't need to. Anyway, what were you
Uh,
saying? Let me sit down.
Yeah. So Remy told me that she kind of brought you up to speed
Mm-hmm.
on an incident at the docks the other day.
Yeah.
So I was brought down to interrogation. I responded to that 911 call, but it was two different scenes. Just collecting evidence and whatnot, but most of the victims were on the other scene. Got down to interrogation because there was a guy wanting to speak to a marshal, and he said that he worked for Jetsom, and he had he and his team helped move shipments, and over the past several months his shipments have been intercepted by people, and he thinks that the faceless are involved, and they worked out a deal where him and his buddies were not charged with anything. I mean, that all they had was like criminal use because they're GSR positive, but he seemed to know information about the faceless, and wants PD and the marshals to potentially help him move shipments, protect the shipments, the movement of the shipments, potentially for exchange for information.
What are they shipping?
Most likely weapons. The influx in class 2s that have happened over the past several months is probably directly correlated with this group that's working for JetSam. And
You said Jetsam? What's that?
they're the shipping company down by the docks. So
What?
they work all over. Of course they deal with shipments coming to Los Santos, but he said him and his team they work carrying cargo all over the United States. So and also it was discovered on that scene specifically by doing some deep dive in VR investigating that there was a heavy sniper used and that it was not a marshal issued
How do you know?
sniper, because I was the only marshal on duty.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But
Yeah.
we don't know that it's not one that we've had in the past, though, do we? I'm hoping not, right? But that's what's going through my mind.
There's also been a few other reports, one from a couple of months ago where I believe it was Michael Manx or Bessie's involved. They did some sort of Squid Game event, and officers, and he had a sniper. He was seen taking pictures of a sniper, and then there's also another report prior to that Tyler Peters was allegedly shot by a sniper as well. So,
oh shit,
it is more likely than not that criminals now have access to heavy snipers. But the more importantly, in regards to the faceless and this guy that wanted to speak to the marshals, he kept saying over and over, if we want to take down someone like the faceless, we're going to have to break the rules or not play by the book. And I was talking with a few people from TRT, and of course this is an open incident, right? And that Remy Ironside was working in as well. When we discovered that there was a sniper rifle involved, and if it continues to become a problem, how does TRT combat something like that?
With great
So
care and difficulty.
yeah. So I don't know. The guy that I interrogated gave me his number,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants us to talk to him again in regards to
Hey, Snow.
protecting some of his shipments and transport down to the docks. I'm
I mean-
assuming that they start down at Polito and then they make their way down, but
We can talk about it, but I'm not signing off on protecting anything that I know what we're protecting. Like, is there guns in here? Is there drugs? Is there people? Like, we don't know that these guys are kosher, you know what I mean?
well,
I want to
he
know.
did-
I want to know who they work for, what company, and what they're supplying before we do anything. Did they give you any like ID that shows that they were doing what they were doing?
Not to what I was made aware of. I was just brought in because he wanted to speak to a marshal directly.
Right.
There were other officers in the room. There's Captain Radich as well that can speak to it more. But I'm working on, and Remy's worked out. She's kind of created a private report around it too.
I've made it an investigative report. So
Yeah, I saw that. So,
talking about that.
I think it's something worth looking into because at
100%.
this point, trying to write out a bunch of search and seizure warrants and raid properties, well, I don't think that's going to be enough to get class 2s off the street. And if this guy has knowledge or is potentially the source of all this, if we can attack it at the source, it's going to be better. And if it can also help us try to take down the faceless.
Yeah, I think it's an
or
avenue
get
we
any-
should explore.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
again, I'm just kind of perplexed. He continues saying, if you're wanting to take down someone like the faceless, that we're going to have to not play by the rules.
Yeah, of course people are
And-
going to say shit like that when they've been attacked. God knows how many times in the past 12 months. But I think it's
yeah.
interesting. This is the first time that we've heard about it. So it's clear that if it's happened several times before, they haven't reported it, which makes me think maybe things aren't, by the book.
Yeah. So I think he's just tired of getting his shipments intercepted and him not getting paid.
Yeah. Okay. Well, put the guy's number in the report, and we can try and contact him to have a discussion.
Okay. And also, I'm swimming in it. I am swimming in it. I think I've been like the only shift 2 marshal around, and stuff has just been going crazy, especially at the prison. Like,
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
I'm working on getting a lot of stuff handed off. Like there's like Dex Martin is a whole situation with itself. Gary Kevin, the warden, looking to get him ACR'd.
Dex Martin?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Dex Martin, okay. So he was a citizen of Los Santos, but apparently I don't know if he
The only Dex I
moved
know was
away.
GSF.
I believe that's the same guy.
Oh, it's the same guy? Okay.
He does walk around the prison with a green bandana in his back pocket and around his arm.
Shit.
So anyways, I don't know if he moved away for a little bit, but we received a prison transfer request from Liberty City in regards to apparently there was something involving him in drug trafficking, and he got sent up for 69 years. So, and since he's come to the prison, it's been a nearly daily occurrence. He was involved in the murder of a lifer named Connor Lancaster. In that same incident, he also slit the throat of another lifer named Warren Peace, who was in ICU for a bit. He continually disrupts. I mean, he assaults lifers and DOC guards, has, incapacitated a few guards and stolen equipment from them and attempted to shoot people with it. And, so I'm trying to work on getting an entire master doc written up. That way I can hand it off and say, here, please charge him with first degree murder, serial assaults and killings, and attempted first degree murder.
Hand it off to who?
I don't know. I want to talk to Turner and Aspen to see if there's anybody in their detective units or investigative units that would take this on, because technically he's not a lifer. And he's not a lifer. He has a sentence of 69 years. His sentence has an end. And
Yeah, but how else? The guy's like 30. That's still a life sentence.
I mean, but he's still technically considered a temporary prisoner.